Welcome to Peterson's Hunting Adventure TV, and thanks for joining us. Hi, I'm Craig Boddington.
And I'm Tom Gresham.
We're going to be guiding you on a classic western mule deer and pronghorn antelope hunt in Montana. Today's hunting adventure features Marlin's Tony Eshelman, Primate Outdoors' Jim Paquette, and Peterson's Hunting's Wayne Van Zwol.
Well, that's right, Craig. I tell you, the folks are going to get a chance to experience the Missouri Breaks, that rugged and historic region first seen by Lewis and Clark more than 200 years ago, and it remains virtually unchanged even today. The deep canyons, or coulees as they're called in Montana, look like they were scratched from the earth by the claws of a giant cougar and lead from the high ground down to the banks of the Missouri River and its smaller tributaries. The area is home to big mule deer and pronghorn bucks. Not only that, but the Breaks open country is a terrific spot to try out the new long-range Marlin XLR rifles and Hornady's hot new Lever Evolution ammo.
You know, the Missouri Breaks are just one of the great hunting areas in the country. They're spectacular.
Oh,
so
yeah.
let's go take a look at them.
Lewis and Clark first laid eyes on the Missouri Breaks and the abundant game in this part of Montana 200 years ago. They wrote profusely and poetically of it in their journals. They'd still recognize it today. In north-central Montana, near the confluence of the Missouri and Judith Rivers, the mule deer and the pronghorn antelope still rove the canyons and meadows as they always have, watched by eagle and hawk, stalked by coyote, cougar, and human, the Blackfoot and Ojibwa, and later the Europeans and their descendants. This is Peterson's Hunting Adventures. We've come to this pristine country with a few good friends. Beautiful new Marlin XLR series lever action rifles fitted with loophole scopes, Hornady's new Lever Evolution cartridges, and an abiding love for this part of the American West and the game which still abounds here.
Well, Matt, we're here in northern Montana, Winifred to be exact, and you're with Dog Creek Outfitters.
Yep, me and my wife own and operate the Dog Creek Outfitters.
Okay. And Dog Creek is a major drainage into the Missouri north of us, isn't it?
Yeah.
Tony and I here are hunting mule deer, and Tony has an antelope tag as well.
Yeah, predominantly mule deer are, we have a good population of them, and especially this year, the numbers seem to be up. And antelope as well. We've got antelope around every corner, and so I'm looking to have a good week.
Marlin this year is to start importing shotguns from Italy. We own the L.C. Smith brand name, which is a grand old American shotgun, which we discontinued about 50 years ago. We're now bringing a shotgun in with that name on it that looks quite a bit like the old L.C. Smith, and they function very nicely. They're handsome, and we're hoping to maybe get into some birds once we get our big game hanging.
Well, hopefully we'll get those taken care of, the big game, the first couple days, and give us an opportunity to go shoot some pheasants and even some sharps or huns.
Yeah, that sounds great. Well, we've got some nice little shotguns to try out on.
Do you think I could talk you into carrying my bags in for me? Matt, this is a neat looking old cabin. Tell us a little bit about this.
This was an original homestead cabin. It was built about 1910, and actually people lived in it until about 1960.
Now, when this place was homesteaded, how many people lived in this cabin?
There was 8 kids and 2 parents, so
10 people.
10 people, yeah.
Wow.
Well, you'll see it's got all kinds of room in here. Yeah. Come on in.
Well, Tony's got some new rifles that he's going to unbox here.
We do. We have some what we call Marlin XLR rifles that are especially designed for the new Hornady long-range ammunition, 30-30 and 45-70 calibers you don't associate with long range, but it's this design of ammunition has really added only 100 yards to a 30-30 here. 120 yards to a 35 Remington, that kind of thing. So we're here to make sure that that's the case out in the field as well as in the lab.
For Marlin Firearms' Tony Eshelman, this Montana hunt is a great personal field test for his company's new Model 336 XLR for extra long range 30-30 lever action rifle. The XLR is designed to be compatible with Hornady's new soft-pointed Lever Evolution cartridges that can be used in tubular magazines, creating phenomenal range for a lever action.
Down and one to the right. Yeah. There you go.
Is that inch high, dead on? I'll do one more.
2 inches to the right.
That's good.
We're on the stalk for Montana Muleys when Peterson's Hunting Adventures returns.
We cover a lot of country out here. We have land that runs up and down the Judith River here, and a lot of whitetails on the river. When you get up off the river, up into the breaks and some of the rolling sagebrush country, there's a good population of mule deer and antelope and elk on some of the outside edges. As you head north, I guess it would be, we've got a real good population of bighorn sheep. Some world-class bighorn, yeah, the Rocky Mountain bighorn sheep. Yeah, this is a tough time of year because the country is so rough. Those big bucks right now they're off by themselves, sitting under a rock somewhere, and unless you go dig them up, they're tough.
You know, Marlin just has been producing the 336 lever action for many decades, and right now they've come out with a new version of the 336. It's a laminated stock version, 24-inch barrel, 2/3 magazine, as they used to have in the 1950s when I grew up, and fluted bolts, a new recoil pad, a little easier on your shoulder, and I really like this rifle. This is a stainless model, and we're trying this out this week. Have you folks had a chance to shoot this at all?
No. We haven't yet.
I noticed a couple of 30-30 Winchesters up on the wall here, old saddle butt carbines.
Actually, I can't wait to get a crack at it. I spent the first 10 years of my life hunting with that saddle butt 30-30 up there. Yeah. I watched you guys sight them in, and I was impressed.
We couldn't afford the Marlins. That's why we have the Winchesters.
Well, that's almost like a commercial, John.
Our hunt is taking place about a month before the mule deer rut, and we're experiencing summer-like temperatures.
That's what they'll do, is they'll just hang right on the edge of this stuff a lot of the times, you know, and they'll wait till right at dark and they'll just step out. Yeah, he's got some height to him. Just a youngster. You're about 200 yards. Well, we get ahead of him again. We got a nice buck. I've been chasing him over the last few ridges over here, and I just saw him cross right down off the end of this ridge, so I'm thinking that as soon as we get over here, he ought to be right within 100 or 200 yards. If it all works out right. If it works out right. Right now he's about 320 and he's moving up that hillside at a pretty good clip. Yeah, he's about 340. Yeah, there he goes.
Late in the day of day one, Marlin's Tony Eshelman and guide Matt Wickens are on the trail of a group of mule deer, which includes at least 2 bucks.
Got the 2 on the back left, the only 2 you can see.
Yeah, they weren't I can see, right?
Wait for him to pick his head up before I can't get a good look at him. shoulder blades. I gotta wait for them to pick their heads up. I don't even know if those are the bucks. Okay, that's a buck. I can't get a good look at them all. Let me give you a range.
Couple hundred, you think?
197 on the front one. It's not huge, but
There's another one right there, though, right?
okay, can you see the one that's left? You're probably looking at about a 20-inch buck. That's kind of okay.
Yeah, the heads are up now. What do you think?
Borderline, every one of them. I mean, they're right there, but they're just. I just think we can do better.
Yeah, we still have time.
I was about ready to call it a night too, about the time they come stepping out.
Yeah. Well, that was fun.
It was. I've found that a lot of times if you make a straight line at them and just maintain a steady speed right at them, a lot of times they don't. I don't know if they can't. Yeah,
They don't really see the motion happening.
they're coming right at them or something.
Records are made to be broken, or so the saying goes. In the case of mule deer with a typical antler configuration, the current world's record is one of the longest standing in the Boone and Crockett Club's record book. Doug Burris Jr. holds one Boone and Crockett record that has many American sportsmen still mumbling about the good old days. His world's record typical mule deer, taken in Colorado's San Juan National Forest in 1969, could just be one record that may never be broken. In today's hunting world, 226 4/8 Boone and Crockett points is hard to beat. What also makes this particular buck so impressive is the distance it has over the number 2 all-time typical mule deer, over 8 inches. This may not seem like a lot, but it is when 1/8 of an inch separate number 1 from number 2 and many other big game categories. This buck has it all and then some. An inside spread over 30 inches, main beams over 28 inches, G2, G3, and G4 point length measurements over 22, 14, and 14 inches respectively. Will this record ever be surpassed? Thousands of mule deer enthusiasts go afield each year with the hope of finding a once-in-a-lifetime trophy. With a records book minimum of 190, and many bucks adding non-typical points as they get older, Doug Burris's record may just be safe for a long time to come.
That's him. There's one. I can't tell. We're gonna get up here, but he's got his back to us. And why don't we put one in right now? Okay. All right, we're safe. Okay. Yeah. All right. There it is. He's the one on the left there.
Yeah.
Definitely the bigger of the
About
two.
200 yards.
He's 197 yards from right here. When he takes one step forward and turns a little broadside, just squeeze right on his front shoulder.
Nice.
Nice shot.
All right. All right. We worked for that guy.
I tell you, that's one thing we cannot be accused of, is not earning that buck. I was seriously anticipating second day, no problem, but
Just laid plans.
yeah, it just,
Well, having this August weather in Montana in October is
yeah, 80 degrees every
it's a
day
little much.
was not working in our favor.
No, but that's a nice sound when that bullet hits.
Oh boy. Well, and he just toppled. It was,
Yeah, he did.
that was
Didn't
great.
even take a step.
No, that's how I like them. These are the kind I can track.
Almost anybody could track.
He went about 3 inches, I believe. Nice.
Oh, he's a nice one.
Beautiful buck. Beautiful buck. Brow tines and the whole 9 yards. Look at that.
Yeah, 4x4 and broad tines.
Yep, this
pretty.
is your This is your perfect representation. He's whiter horn than a lot of the ones. Like when we were hunting in the breaks, you noticed a lot darker horns, but out here in the prairies, the sun bleaches them out and they don't have the pine trees to rub on.
Nice eye guards.
Yeah, beautiful, healthy animal.
Oh, I'm happy with him.
Oh, I am too. Good job.
Yeah,
Right?
thanks.
I've had fun all week.
Thanks for a great guiding job.
Well, I guess we're down to the work now.
A big mule deer is a tough animal that can go a long way. Lung shots are advised, and many hunters prefer the shoulder shot to drop them in their tracks. Tony and Matt are after pronghorn antelope when Peterson's Hunting Adventures returns. You don't want to miss this.
Yep.
Okay, good luck again.
All right. Looks like it's going to be another nice day.
Boy, I'll say.
Right off that edge. Which if they'd all go over there nice and easy without seeing us, we'd be in good shape. No, they're moving out.
You think we'll walk across that opening?
Yeah, we'll wait for them to cross off over there and then we'll just scoot on up behind them.
Have a little surprise party.
That's right. Yeah, there they go. They kind of took off like a streak there.
Yeah.
I think this will be the best. It's gonna be 50 yards at the farthest, and you got one chamber. Yeah. We got made. Okay, you better get set up here. The one on the far right over here. Get right in that little pocket. He's 150. Nice. Well, that's good. He's down.
Ooh, I like him.
Oh man,
I like him.
beautiful little buck. Look
Wow.
at that.
Look at those cross points.
Well, Tony, it looks like we
We did it again.
yeah, luck is on our side here the last couple
yeah,
days.
no, he's a dandy. I'm really happy with him.
Yeah, he's
Very unusual hooks and
yeah, the way they come across here and cross, and he's got some nice ivory tips on the bottom of
Yeah.
him. That's really a
a lot of character.
Pronghorn is not a big animal, making the vital area quite small. Most veteran hunters aim for the heart-lung region. With the big game tags filled, the dogs can't wait to sniff out some pheasants. The new L.C. Smith shotguns Tony brought along come out, and the hunt is on.
Beautiful bird, isn't he?
With the birds bagged, the cowboys do, well, what cowboys are known to do. Wow, that is gorgeous country. That was really some hunt, Craig. Now, I know that you've hunted that country, but would you ever have thought to take a 30-30 out there?
Oh gosh, no, that doesn't. It never looked like 30-30 country to me, or lever action rifle country. But with this new XLR Marlin and that Lever Evolution ammo, that kind of changes the way we think about these great old rifles.
Pretty impressive.
Oh boy, and a fun hunt to watch in really good country. And thanks so much for being with us today, and here's wishing you guys good hunting.